How's it going?
All right.
This is Hamasaki on a Blue Planet here, and he's going to explain to us a little bit about the waist belt system he uses and some new items we're testing out and so on. So Derek, go ahead.
Yeah, so this waist belt system is pretty awesome. You know, with the retractable leash that goes to your board. I use it for my board as well as my wing. You know, put it around you, and then I put my regular. I have a regular surf wing, and I'll just put it through here and then have it attached. Robert is currently working on an accessory kind of pouch thing that we can also add to this, and it has multiple pockets here, and you can add, you know, safety stuff, because we're so far out in the ocean sometimes. You can put your cell phone, you know, with your waterproof case. Go ahead and put like a screwdriver or any kind of Allen wrenches if needed. Whistle, safety, you know, just in case you gotta alert someone.
Yeah, for sure, that's important.
Yeah, and then also some kind of like reflective thing, so that if your wing pop and you don't, you know, and you need to get attention of an airplane or something passing by,
you're lost at sea, then that's definitely nice to have. And
yeah,
it doesn't take up much space at all.
Yeah, you could reflect them, you know, the sunlight. So just have that. I mean, hopefully you don't need it, but if it's there, I mean, shucks, yeah.
Because if you're swimming in the middle of the ocean, you're just like a little bobbing head that you can't see.
No, not at all, you know, not at all. And then, just attach that through that part of the waist belt and toss it on. And there's another item that Robert been working on is a little hook for the harness with your wing, so that you can be kind of hands free. You don't have to be so tweaked or straining on your body. So you can put this other hook right here through the Velcro, set that thing up, pull it tight.
And by the way, this waist belt comes in 3 different sizes. And I think you're wearing the small, right?
Small, yes. So, and then this hook, I used it the other day, and it was really, really phenomenal, you know. I mean, it took off a lot of strain on my back, and just being tweaked and stuff like that. I mean, I had to still hold on to the cords, but that was just so that I could direct the wing left and right, yeah.
Okay, I'm going to show some footage of that. That was on the North Shore, and you were like popping the wing up in pretty strong winds, and you had it pretty high up above your head, like a kite, really, yeah.
Yes, yeah.
So can you give some pointers on that, like how you're doing it, and how long is that line you're using?
I think it's like 6 feet. So it connects to the leading edge of the wing, and then on the last handle. And you know what? The easiest way for that is like let go the backhand first.
Okay.
You know, let that slack out, and then slowly let out the front, so that you can kind of control and get the feel for that.
Okay. Yeah. But it seems like sometimes you pop it up pretty rapidly, like you just deploy it.
Sometimes sometimes when you're ready, before I had the hook, I would just kind of hold on, and I would lose my grip, and then I would catch the string. You know?
Oh yeah. So, but having it hooked in just makes it a little bit easier to control it.
Yes, yeah.
And then these are the regular harness lines for the ozone wings. So,
yes.
You want to talk a little bit about how that works?
I'm going to give this a shot. I think this goes around that. There's a couple loops in the wing. Mm-hmm. I think about a first and a third handle.
Yeah.
And then you just got to thread that through, and then use this line right here and thread it through the back side. And then from there I can adjust for whatever length I want this to be out in the water. Like I could make the knot all the way to this side and just be flying further out,
Right.
So, I mean, you don't really need to be 6 feet out and flying that high
but
out.
That's if you want to be able to hold the handles to control it. But like when you're flying it up high, then you can just use the line to control it. And what's the advantage of having it flying that high?
Sometimes you can just kind of relax, and then a couple of times I noticed there's more what you call that, wind up there, higher up. Sometimes
more steady wind,
yeah. Sometimes on the surface is kind of glassy, but up you can feel that extra wind, So, and then you can really go fast, like kind of really lean on it.
Yeah, because the wind speed definitely slows down the lower you get to the water, right? So, and especially in light conditions, that can make
yeah.
Cool. And then, I mean, what people say the advantage of using a harness line is, especially if you're going hard upwind, or
Yes.
you're really using the power to push against the foil.
Yeah.
Then it's nice to have that harness to kind of put some weight in use your body as weight against the wing.
So a lot of times from the other day I was using it, it was just here, and I can switch that. So the the wing was pulling on this side, and I just was standing there and not really like this, like how you're normally winging, yeah.
Yeah.
So it was just right there, yeah. And then I just using the strings to kind of like a puppet, and control it going right, going left, and stuff like that.
Cool.
Yeah. And then even when I would switch, the thing would go on the other side, and it's pretty good. I mean, it slides easily.
Yeah.
So like if you gotta fall down and you need to lay on the stuff, you can just kind of push it on the side, and then everything else is like. If this is the board and I fell and then I had to climb back on the board, I can slide it on the side, and then everything else is out of the way. The leash, everything for the board is out of the way.
Behind you.
Yeah, and then even say if this was the wing leash, right here, it'll be on the side. I can climb on the board, get up, get ready, and then bring everything up to the surface.
So, okay, cool, thanks, man. Let's talk a bit about the retractable leash, because sometimes people wonder, because it does add some weight. Maybe take off the belt and just, let's talk about the retractable leash. And some people are worried about the extra weight and stuff like that, and which I understand, but what are the advantages? Like, why are you willing to make that compromise and have that extra thing on your back?
For me, I don't really feel like this extra weight. If this will throw you off, then you got something else is, but this is like nothing. But then it's good because it doesn't get in your way. Like a regular leash around your leg, it'll wrap around all kinds of stuff. When you fall down, you're coming back up. Now you got to untangle this, you got to untangle the wing and everything else. This one though, it'll just retract back to you. You get your leg back out and get going again. Yeah, and it's better than not wearing a leash at all. Some people choose not to, but yeah. So
like compared to a coil leash or just a regular straight leash or a floating leash, because you've kind of tried all of that probably.
Yeah.
I think especially for wing foiling, you don't have that hassle of the foil getting around the leash getting around the foil anymore, right? So
yes, yeah. A few times when I was winging, the board leash, the wing leash, and everything else would just wrap around my legs, my arms, everything else, yeah. But with this, especially if I had to swim or paddle to the board and stuff like that, it's not in a way. It's totally out of the way. And then a lot of times, if you're down and you see the board over there, you can pull it back to you, and it'll retract. So with a regular leash, if you pull it back to you, all that leash is somewhere near you. Yeah. When you pull this one back, it goes back into the spool, and then it's out of the way. And you're clear to climb back on the board and get back up again.
Cool, Derek. I'm going to stop the video for a second, and I want to show how it attaches to the board. So we'll set that up real quick.
Okay.
So, and the way I like to do it is this attachment piece goes through the leash first, and I have a double leash string just for security in bigger waves, and then I just loop it through there. Yeah, people sometimes don't know what that little attachment thing is for.
Yeah.
Okay, but now I have this on here, and it just makes it easier. Like if you have to loosen up the string later, you just pull on that tab, So if the knot gets super tight,
right,
you can use this to loosen it up.
And then you just hold on the front.
Hold on the other side, and then just pull them apart.
Oh, okay.
And then it's because sometimes it gets really tight, that knot, in big waves.
Yeah. Okay, when you're ready to paddle out, like you just go ahead and reach back to your retractable.
Yeah.
And pull out the clip, and then go ahead and clip it onto this.
Sometimes people have been concerned that this thing could come apart, but you've used it in all kind of conditions and it's never come off, right?
Yeah, no.
That thing is solid.
Yeah.
It kind of hooks in from both directions, so it's a pretty strong, but it releases really easily. So when you get out of the water, it's like off right away, and not to undo Velcro and stuff like that.
Right, yeah.
So, okay.
Good. But then, when you're like far away, say you fall and your board goes a little bit, it pulls. If you're further away, you can just pull everything back in, and it'll get out of the way. It's not a cord. It's not a leash like it's like a regular leash. If you was to pull and get yourself to it, will still be in the water. You could still wrap
It's
around
like
your
bouncing
legs.
around or
Yeah,
shooting
around-
back at you or
yeah.
something like that. Yeah. That's
Well-
fine. Also, yeah, but if you have to flip your wing or something like that, and you're just like floating in the water, it kind of automatically comes back to you. Right? It retracts.
Yeah.
It's like it automatically retracts
goes
the
back.
board back to you.
And then it'll come back to you. You can set everything up, and get ready. And then you got this little section here that it'll still keep you away, you know, so that you're safe. It's not like right next to you.
Right.
So, but then it's still not 6 feet or however long, yeah, or the cold leash, which is all over the place.
And then when you stand on it, the nice thing too is like it doesn't get in the way of your. You can stand on the board. When you stand on it, like it's out of the way usually of your feet and stuff like that.
It's there. I mean, sometimes if it is, you just use your leg and knock it out of the way. But it's not like it's all over here and tangled like everything else. Yeah.
And then the other thing with coil leashes is that over time, and after they get fully stretched a couple of times, then when they retract, they kind of bundle up together, and it actually makes it super short. Yeah, it gets all tight, and then it's actually hard to undo. And if there's like more waves coming and stuff like that, and the board's like right next to you, and the thing's all tangled up,
You're super
it
twisted.
sucks. And then also if it gets twisted around the foil or around the fuselage or something like that, it's like
Yeah.
So all that stuff is eliminated with this leash. So for me and for Derek, that's definitely a good choice, right?
Yes, yeah.
100%.
Looks good.
And a lot of other people have been getting these too, and they're really popular. So
You go online or stop at this store down in Kona St. and just pick yours up. And as soon as we do some testing on these accessories, then we'll have more out, and everybody can try them out.
yeah, and thanks so much, Derek, for being our test pilot. And also, Derek has always been like super helpful in the water. So thanks for that. You want to say something about like just helping others and stuff like that, like what you always do?
Yeah. Just if anybody need help, you see me out there. And any one of us, just ask a question. Whatever is super helpful. Like if you need any help. Sometimes we see somebody doing something and it's not necessarily wrong, but we see that they can improve. We'll go up to them, approach them and say, hey, maybe try this, but like a respectable way. We don't want to go like, hey, come on, guy, you gotta do it this way.
Of course.
One way is not always right. Everybody is different, right? So what works for you might not work for me. So we just kind of give pointers, and then from there, just go about your own way and get it going.
That's actually a good tip. Like whenever I try to give people advice on the water, you have to come from a place like where you're just being helpful. And usually I ask them, hey, do you want me to give you some pointers? Do you want me? Do you want some help? And then sometimes they're like, no, I'm fine. It's like, okay.
Right, yeah. Because in a surfer's mentality, like back in the days, everybody is like, don't bother me. I'm good at it. I've been doing this 20, 30 years. It's until they get humbled that they want to ask questions. But so far, all the people that I know that run into winging, foiling, and stuff, everybody's super helpful. If you do have any questions, just ask. And if they don't have the information, they would say, oh, go ask this person or whatever. So,
and I've seen you too, like when people are in trouble, you like sit in the channel, you make sure everyone's okay, right? Make sure, like if you're downwind and you can catch wings or whatever.
Yeah, do surveillance or just like mention to other people that's nearby, like, hey, I see somebody over there, you want to check them out, Because, if I go in and help them and then I get rumbled too, nobody else is watching. Sometimes I'll tell the guy, like the other day had Eli and Glenell was out. And I said, hey, I see them over there. You want to give them a hand. They lost their boards, their wings, and everybody was able to get their equipment, get to them so that they didn't need to swim from Revelations all the way to the beach, So it's always good, helpful to, for everyone. Yeah. Look, everybody want to look out for each other. Yeah. Everybody get home safely.
Okay. I'm going to take out Revelations because people are going to get pissed.
Oh, yeah, in the outer reef, wherever. Yeah.
All right. Thanks again, Derek, for always being a good role model when you're on the water and looking out for other people, and for showing us the retracting foil leash. Really appreciate it. And if anyone out there is interested in ordering one, we do have them on our website at blueplanetsurf.com. Also, they're available through Amazon, and I'm going to put those links down in the description down below. So check it out. And if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. I was just playing random footage from our sessions with the drone, the mini Mavic drone, and I think I got some pretty fun stuff in there of the whole crew. So thank you everyone, and we'll see you on the water. Aloha.